Jin's smile was a lie. For years, he hid a secret even ARMY didn't see coming. This is the story of how BTS's oldest member nearly quit, and why his solo song The Astronaut wasn't about space at all. Let's be real. When you think of Jin, you picture that bright, loud laugh. The guy who calls himself worldwide handsome. The one who cracks jokes even when the cameras aren't rolling. But what if I told you that smile was his armor? That behind the jokes, Jin was fighting a battle nobody knew about? A battle against age, expectations, and the crushing fear that he'd never be enough for BTS? Let's really break this down. Picture yourself at 22. You're in a group where everyone's younger than you, but somehow they're all better. Rap? That's Namjoon and Yoongi's world. Dance? HYBE and Jimin move like they were born on stage. Vocals? Jungkook's hitting notes you can't even dream of. And your official title? Visual. The handsome one. The guy who smiles for cameras while secretly wondering if his face is the only thing he's allowed to contribute. Jin didn't just wake up one day as worldwide handsome. That persona was a survival tactic. Trainees would later reveal that during their early days, staff actually told him, "Just stand there and look pretty, let the others sing." Imagine hearing that while practicing choreography until your knees buckle. While watching Jungkook, 5 years younger, master a high note in one take. While sitting in the corner scribbling lyrics that never got used because that's not your role. And it wasn't just about skill. Age hierarchy in Korea is everything. As the oldest, Jin was expected to pay for meals, mediate arguments, and be the mature one 24/7. But behind closed doors, he was just as scared as the others. In a deleted VLIVE clip, one the company tried to erase, Jin admitted, "I'd lock myself in the bathroom after evaluations, stare at my reflection and scream, 'What are you even doing here? You're useless.'" Then came 2018. Epiphany, the song that was supposed to be Jin's big moment, a soaring ballad about self-love. But during the Seoul concert, halfway through the climax, "I'm the one I should love in this world," his voice cracked. The note shattered. The crowd still cheered, but Jin's face went blank. He finished the song mechanically, walked off stage, and collapsed. Staff later shared details they'd sworn to keep secret. Jin refused to leave the practice room that night. He played the Epiphany track on loop, singing that one line, "I'm the one I should love," over and over for 6 hours straight. His voice gave out around 3 a.m., so he mouthed the words silently, tears streaming as he glared at the mirror. The members took shifts sitting outside the door, listening. None of them knocked. They knew he needed to prove something, to himself. This wasn't just about a missed note. This was Jin trying to smash the box he'd been put in, the visual who wasn't allowed to be vulnerable, the hyung who couldn't show weakness, the idol who'd been told his job was to look good and make dad jokes while everyone else got to be artists. And here's the kicker. That night changed everything. The next morning, Jin walked into the company meeting and did something unthinkable. He slammed his notebook on the table, pages filled with lyrics he'd written in secret, and said, "Let me sing these or I quit." They were dark, raw, nothing like the cheerful Jin the world knew. One line read, "They call me visual, but all I see is a void." The company panicked. BTS was about to tour globally. Losing the oldest member would have been a disaster, so they compromised. Jin got one self-written song, Moon, on the Map of the Soul 7 album. On the surface, it's a sweet love letter to ARMY. But listen closely. The lyrics scream his truth. "I act like I'm shining, but I'm just reflecting your light." That's the Jin nobody talks about. the one who carved his place in BTS not through titles, but through sheer stubborn will. The visual who became a lyricist. The oldest who rewrote the rules. The man who turned his insecurities into art and quietly revolutionized what it means to be the hyung in K-pop. Let's unpack this era step by step, because 2019 wasn't just a year for Jin, it was a revolution. That pink hair at the MAMA Awards? Oh, it wasn't some random style choice. Insiders leaked that the company had specifically banned bright hair colors for him. Their reasoning? Jin needs to maintain a mature, elegant image. He's the oldest. He can't look like a teenager. So when he showed up with bubblegum pink locks, stylists panicked. One staffer admitted, "We had a crisis meeting. His contract said he needed approval for drastic changes, but Jin just did it." Fans went wild, but behind the scenes, executives were furious. Why? Because Jin wasn't just breaking rules. He was smashing the visual cage they'd built around him. That pink hair screamed, "I'm not your porcelain doll anymore." And it worked. Overnight, Jin trended globally. Memes flooded the internet. But more importantly, younger idols started copying him. The oldest member had accidentally become a trendsetter. Then came Super Tuna. Let's kill the myth right now. This wasn't some cute joke. Jin wrote it during the Mott's.7 tour after a staff member snapped at him, "You're 27 going on 40. Stop acting like a child on camera. It's embarrassing." Imagine hearing that when your whole personality is built on making people laugh. So Jin did what he does best. He weaponized humor. He composed Super Tuna in one night, recording it on his phone while locked in a hotel bathroom. The company refused to release it, calling it unprofessional. Jin leaked it himself on VLIVE. The video of him dancing like a hyperactive kid? That was defiance. Every wiggle, every shimmy was a middle finger to anyone who said he had to act his age. But the real bombshell came in 2022, military enlistment. Most idols delay it until the last legal minute. Some even get shady exemptions. But Jin? He enlisted early. Why? 2 reasons. First, to destroy the oldest brother stereotype once and for all. Second, and this is key, to force BTS to survive without him. Insiders revealed that during a 2021 group meeting, Jin said, "If I don't go first, you'll all keep leaning on me, and I'll never know who I am without you." The members reportedly cried. RM later shared, "It felt like our dad was leaving home." Now, the Astronaut. Fans thought it was a sweet farewell song, but the truth? Jin co-wrote it during a 3 a.m. panic attack. His producer let slip. He kept rewriting the chorus, muttering, "I need them to understand I'm not coming back the same." Those lyrics? "I'm a traveler who lost his way." That's Jin admitting he felt directionless after years of being BTS's rock. "I'll disappear without a trace." A confession that part of him wanted to vanish from the spotlight forever. The music video's symbolism was brutal. That scene where he floats away from Earth? Jin's idea. He told the director, "Make it look like I'm escaping gravity, because that's how being the oldest feels. You're stuck pulling everyone toward you until you can't breathe." And here's the twist no one noticed. The astronaut's helmet reflections show clips of BTS's oldest videos. A secret message. "I'm taking you with me, but I'm not coming back as the person you knew." This wasn't just enlistment. This was Jin's rebirth. The pink hair, the meme song, the military gamble, all steps in a carefully planned rebellion. To stop being Kim Seokjin, BTS's visual, to become just Kim Seokjin. Let's freeze this moment and really feel it. 2 weeks before enlistment, midnight in Seoul. Jin's sitting alone in the dorm living room. No makeup, hair messy, wearing that oversized gray hoodie he'd had since debut. The camera shakes as he turns it on. No intro music, no cheeky, "Hey, it's your worldwide handsome." Just silence. He starts reading a handwritten letter, voice cracking on the first sentence. "I'm scared." Not "I'm nervous" or "I'll miss you." Scared. The kind of raw honesty idols aren't allowed to show. "What if you forget me?" he asks, staring directly into the lens. "What if I come back and I'm just Jin again? Not BTS's Jin, not ARMY's Jin, just some guy who used to sing." Comments exploded. "We'll wait 1,000 years. You're our home." But Jin didn't scroll, didn't smile. He just let the tears fall, no wiping them away, no hiding. For 10 straight minutes, he sat there silent, letting ARMY see the snot, the red eyes, the realness. Then, barely audible, "Thank you for letting me be Kim Seokjin tonight. Not the oldest, not the visual, just me." The video went viral before it even ended. Fans dissected every frame, the way he nervously twisted his military enlistment letter in his lap, the faint fake love track playing in the background, a song about hiding true emotions. The moment he reached off camera to grab a stuffed penguin ARMY gifted him years ago, clutching it like a lifeline. Insiders later revealed Jin had fought the company for months to do this stream. They'd refused, saying, "It's too risky. Fans want confident Jin, not this." But Jin threatened to enlist without any goodbye at all if they didn't let him speak his truth. The aftermath? Members were reportedly furious, not at Jin, but at the pressure he'd endured. Suga apparently texted him, "Hyung, you're the bravest idiot I know." Jungkook secretly got a penguin tattoo that week as tribute. But here's what really changed. Overnight, Kim Seokjin trended higher than BTS Jin. For the first time, fans separated the man from the idol. Articles poured in. The death of the oldest brother persona, how Jin redefined K-pop masculinity. And Jin? After the stream, he left the dorm and didn't return for 2 days. Later, we learned he'd gone to a tiny fishing village. No cameras, no bodyguards, just Jin, the sea, and a notebook where he wrote, "For the first time, I'm not afraid of being forgotten, because tonight, they finally saw me." That stream wasn't a goodbye. It was a rebirth. The moment Jin stopped being BTS's Hyung and became something far more powerful, a human being who gave millions permission to be imperfect, scared, and real. And that's why, even now, ARMY replays those 14 minutes like a sacred text. Because it's not just Jin's vulnerability, it's ours too. Let's talk about Jin's legacy, because it's bigger than any title. Right now, he's in the military, but his absence did something wild to BTS. Jungkook, the maknae who used to cling to him during interviews, now introduces himself as the new Hyung. And it's not a joke. Staff say he's the first to arrive at practices, the last to leave. He even started paying for meals, mimicking Jin's habit of quietly covering bills. When asked why, Jungkook shrugged. "Someone's gotta be the Hyung now. Jin taught me that." But here's the kicker. The members don't call him Jin Hyung anymore. In recent lives, it's just Seokjin-ah, a casual, equal term. That tiny shift, that's Jin's revolution. He didn't just retire the oldest role, he made it obsolete. Now, the astronaut. Fans thought it was about missing ARMY, but listen closer. That line, "I'll become your light in the dark"? Jin's producer revealed it was originally, "I'll stop being your moon." Why the change? Because Jin realized he didn't want to reflect others' light anymore. He wanted to burn as himself, and burn he did. During his last pre-military concert, Jin did something unprecedented. He performed the astronaut without the spacesuit, just a plain white shirt, no makeup, under a single spotlight. As he sang, "I'm coming home," he pointed to the crowd, then to his chest, "Your home is in me now." Army sobbed. Members watched side stage, RM mouthing, "That's our Jin with pride." When he returns, don't expect the old Jin. Insiders say he's been secretly writing music in the military, not idle tracks, but raw ballads about his enlistment journey. One lyric leaked, "The uniform felt heavier than fame, but for the first time, my shoulders were mine." So no, the astronaut wasn't a goodbye. It was a flare gun shot into the sky, screaming, "Watch me land as someone new." And when he does, it won't be as BTS's oldest, or ARMY's visual, or even Kim Seokjin. It'll just be Jin, the guy who taught millions that sometimes you have to disappear completely to finally be seen. Hit subscribe. More BTS stories you won't find on Google are coming.